Everything in your life is a reflection of a choice you have made. If you want a different result, you have to make a different choice. My dear fellow Toastmasters, guests, and mentors, we have a lot of changes happen this year. One of the highlights that we have is the election. We were given a chance to vote or to choose our new leader or our president. Who among you voted? That's a nice number. But many of us complain why we had extrajudicial killings, why we had a kind of president that is not good in talking with other fellow countries like the US. Perhaps our president chose to be that way. And for us, like a leader, an associate, we have our own choice. We choose to speak up. We choose to be silent. But may I ask you, in your life, what is the biggest choice that you made? What is the impact of it? Let me share with you a session that we attended with Miss G, and she told us that having inspiring commitment is part of giving love. And love is not full of emotion. It's a choice. We choose to love, we choose to hate. We choose to commit ourselves, right? We choose to be single, right? We choose the one we love. We choose to get married. We choose to have kids. We have our own choice. It's easy to fall in love, but the hardest part is it's hard to stay in love. Do you agree? Okay. Oftentimes we are torn, we feel bad when we have to make a choice. And sometimes we want to make both just to make someone happy or to please someone. So I guess that's the realization that we should think. We always have to make a choice. Life is about always making a choice. You always need to choose one. But you have to stand for it. Like for a marriage. A man and a woman standing in front of a God, standing in front of your friends of a church. You have to stand with your promises that for richer and for poorer, through thick and thin, till death do us part. But why we have broken families? Why we have annulment? Why we have divorce? Because it's their choice. As the Bible says, only the dead can turn us apart for the husband and wife. We have now in the world that love wins. We choose to love, but some choose to hate. They are not agree with the same-sex marriage or the same-sex relationship. Why? Because there's so much hate, and they choose to hate. But for us, here in our country that is democratic, I think we need to speak up. We need to speak up our mind that everything is happening for a reason. That our decision, our choice, makes a lot of impact to everyone. Those choices is a reflection. Sometimes we ask ourselves, do we deserve this? Do we deserve our choice? Or do we deserve to have a choice? But sometimes the answers is not there. And sometimes not getting the answer is one way of, it's better not to know things right now, but later on, you will go to realize that that's why it happened. That's why I had this choice. My dear fellow Toastmasters, guests and mentors, life is all about change. Life is all about choice. Always do your best to choose the best one, and always do your best to learn from the wrong one. Good evening.